Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach. And today we're doing a little bit of calorie counting 101. We're going to talk all about calorie counting. What is a calorie? How to be successful by incorporating counting calories into your life. So if you're excited, give this video a big, huge thumbs up. And if you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell right next to it so you never miss a single video. I do upload every Tuesday and Thursday, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Check out that description box down below for nutrition coaching. I do offer personalized to you macros and calories. This goes hand in hand with today's video. You have to know how many calories you should be eating every day to maintain your weight, to lose weight, to reach your health goals. So that is where I come in. And if you would like to chat with me directly, I offer one-on-one coaching as well. I've also linked all of my favorite healthy things down in that description box. So let's jump into calorie counting 101. So to lose weight, you have to consume fewer calories than you burn. That's just the way weight loss goes. And in order to know how many calories that you're consuming every day, you have to count them. There are a lot of great resources out there for counting calories. I'm going to link the Lose It app down below. That is the one that I use. I really, really like this app. There's a free version, and if you do want to sign up for the premium version, it is very, very affordable. You can pay for an entire year, and once you sign up for the paid portion, they generally send you an email offering you a fantastic deal to sign up for lifetime of the app. That is actually what I ended up doing. There's a wide variety of food with caloric counts. There's also restaurants. I mean, you name it, there's millions of foods in this app and it's accurate. So highly recommend Lose It. I'll make sure that that is linked in the description box as well. So let's start off with defining what is a calorie. So a calorie is a measure of energy, normally used to measure the energy content of foods and beverages. Technically speaking, if we want to get technical, a calorie is defined as the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So basically a calorie is a unit of measurement. It measures how much energy those foods provide. So when we eat in an excess of calories, that is stored in our body as fat. So why do calories even matter? Why do they count? There is some different opinions on calories out there. Some people say that calories don't matter. It's more what the calorie is made up of. So if you're eating all of your calories every day of Twix bars versus eating all of your calories every day of whole real foods, then you can essentially not have to worry about calories as long as you're making the right food choices. But like we discussed both scientifically and nutritionally, calories do matter. The amount of calories that you put in your body versus the amount that you burn definitely matters when it comes to losing weight and maintaining your weight. So you're probably wondering, how many calories a day should I be eating? That is why I recommend having your calories and macros done. It is tailored specifically to you. It is personalized to you. In the event that you're not interested in having your calories done personalized to you, there are a lot of apps out there that will help figure your calories for you. In fact, when you sign up for the Lose It app or MyFitnessPal, it's going to give you a caloric intake every day to lose weight. Just remember that these aren't entirely accurate, so it's best to have your calories done by a professional. But in the event that you want to use an online calculator, you can get a rough idea of the calories and macros you should be consuming every day. So now that you know your calories and you know that you have to count calories, what are the best apps to use? So we talked a lot about Lose It. That is hands down my very, very favorite calorie counting app. There's also some other apps out there, MyFitnessPal, The Fat Secret, the Chronometer, and Spark People are all other places that you can track macros and calories. I recommend taking a look at several different apps and seeing which one fits your needs the best. Like I said, I find Lose It to be very accurate. I also find it to be aesthetically pleasing, and I just like how it's laid out. It's very, very user-friendly. But check out a few different calorie counting apps and really find the best one for you. So now you know your calories, now you figured out how many calories you need to eat every day. So how do you start this process to lose weight? Number one, first and foremost, is you have to figure out out how to weigh and measure your portion sizes. Portion is a big, big key factor in losing weight. As we know, over the years, portion sizes have dramatically increased. Just think about the portion of food that you get at a restaurant. Normally, that one portion, that one meal is enough to feed 2 to 4 people. 2 to 4 people. This can cause what is called portion distortion. And this means that we think that these large restaurant size portions are normal. This is the portion of food that we should be eating. It's a meal for one person per the restaurant. We are not good at estimating what we eat. Sometimes our eyes think a portion is bigger than it really is. That's why it's so important to measure your food. You can measure with spoons, cups, but my favorite way, and what I find to be the easiest and most accurate way to measure really everything, solid foods, liquids, you name it, is by using a food scale. You can measure out in grams, milliliters, ounces, pounds, you name it. The food scale measures everything for you. And I just find it to be easy and accurate. And honestly, sometimes the serving size on the package, when you measure it out, you actually get more than you may think based on that serving size on the package. I will go ahead and link my favorite food scale, the one that I use in my kitchen, down below for you. So what if you're out at that restaurant and you don't want to eat that 2 to 4 serving platter of food? There are some ways that you can eyeball measurements. Now, like I said, these aren't going to be 100% accurate. It's not like you're weighing these with measuring cups, spoons, or on a food scale, but we can use some visual references to figure out a portion size. So one serving of rice or pasta is generally what would fit in our hand. So a handful or a cup of rice or pasta. A serving of meat, 3 ounces, is generally the size of a deck of cards. A serving of fish, which is 3 ounces, because fish generally isn't as thick, it's more long, it's about the size of a checkbook. A serving of cheese, you can use your thumb as a 1 ounce serving, or it's about the size of the lipstick in a tube. A serving of fresh fruit, which is generally about a half of a cup, is relatively the same size as a tennis ball. A serving of green leafy vegetables, 1 cup, represents about the size of a baseball. One serving of vegetables other than leafy greens, about a half of a cup, is about the size of your computer mouse. A teaspoon of olive oil, use your fingertip. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. This is a hard one. Sometimes we think 2 tablespoons is this big mound of peanut butter, but 2 tablespoons is about the size of a ping pong ball. So think ping pong ball, you've got 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Calorie counting isn't an exact science. Even if you weigh and measure portions, it's truly not an exact science. And these tips and tricks on how to measure when you're out and about is really a valuable benefit. We need to be most careful when counting calories for calorically dense foods and high fat foods. We're thinking things like red meat, peanut butter, cheese, pizza, ice cream, potato chips. Those types of foods are the ones we really, really need to be mindful of the portion and making sure that we're tracking those calories adequately. Now, for me, I do not track calories in green leafy vegetables or non-starchy vegetables. So I do track calories in things like corn and peas, but things like spinach or lettuce or cucumbers, I choose not to track the calories. They're so minimal, and it just really helps me get in my vegetables every day rather than thinking about, I don't want to spend 10 calories on spinach. So we all have to kind of work calorie counting what works for us. So speaking of calories and speaking of those high caloric, high fat foods like potato chips and ice cream, I want to make sure that you understand that the quality of the food that you're eating really truly does matter. It is all about calories in, calories out, but the quality of the foods that you're eating does play a part. When it comes to foods, our body doesn't consider it a calorie versus a calorie. Our body processes certain foods very, very differently than other foods. The foods that we eat play a big part in our overall hunger, our appetite, our hormones, and the amount of calories that we're consuming on a day-to-day basis. It's best to eat a lot of high quality, minimally processed foods, focus on plant-based foods, lean proteins, and just eat a little bit less processed foods. Now, you heard me say a little bit less, not zero processed foods. We want to make sure that what we're eating is sustainable for our life. And sometimes, just sometimes, a girl wants a bag of potato chips, and that is completely okay. Just focus 80 to 90% of your diet on whole real foods and save that other 10 or 20% over here in the corner for those processed foods. I want to share with you 5 additional tips on how to be successful counting calories. Tip number 1 is to be prepared. Have a plan. Figure out, number 1, how many calories you need per day to reach your health goals. Number 2, figure out how you're going to track those calories. What app are you going to use? And number 3, figure out what that looks like to you. Like I mentioned, I don't track leafy greens or non-starchy vegetables. Maybe for you, you need to track everything, or maybe there are certain foods that you choose not to track as well. Figure out what calorie counting and calorie tracking looks like to you. Number 2 is to read your food labels. This is how you're going to decide if it's a minimally processed whole real food versus a processed food. When we're talking real foods, these are single one ingredient foods. So anything that has multiple ingredients is somewhat processed, whether that's minimally processed or heavily processed. So read your nutritional label. Make sure you're putting good food in your body. Number 3, and this is a big tip, and this is to get rid of temptation. Take the foods out of your house that tempt you. Remove the foods from your pantry, your refrigerator, your cupboards that make you overeat and make unhealthy choices. If it's not convenient, if it's not in your house, if it's not at your fingertips, you're far less likely to eat it. Tip number 4 is a huge one, and this is aim for slow and steady weight loss. Slow and steady wins the race. We don't want to lose 3 or 4 pounds a week because now we're losing lean muscle and not fat. We want to focus on fat loss, which is half of a pound to 2 pounds per week at most. And tip number 5 is to fuel your exercise. You do not have to exercise to lose weight, but it's recommended because it helps tone your body, lean up your body, and really gives you energy for the rest of your day. I know for me that I'm tired immediately after my workout, but then I get that second burst of energy and I'm ready to go for the day. So make sure that not only you're exercising, but you're fueling your exercise. You're eating the right foods to get the biggest bang for your buck during and after exercise. So should you count calories? That is absolutely a personal decision. We know that calories in, calories out is how you lose weight. We know that calorie counting is sustainable, and we know that calorie counting is easy because everything has a nutritional label, everything has a nutritional value, everything has calories in it. So it's very easy to find the number of calories in the foods that we're eating, to track them, and to stay within our calorie goal every day. But like I said, it's personal. You have to do what works for you. Not what I do, your sister does, your mom does, your brother, your best friend. You have to do what works for you. So if you enjoyed today's video, this whole calorie counting 101, give it a big, huge thumbs up. And if you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell right next to it so you never miss a single video. Again, I do upload every Tuesday and Thursday. We are all about nutrition, debunking nutrition myths, real talk, and sharing lots and lots of healthy tips and tricks with you. So make sure that you're subscribed. Check out the description box for nutrition coaching with personalized macros and calories, one-on-one coaching, the food scale that I love, and of course I'll link Lose It in the description box as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this is helpful to you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!